Hello there, my name is Mike. Welcome to A Simple Cook. Today we're going to be doing kielbasa and rice with garlic and tomatoes. This is Hillshire Farms kielbasa. It's a fully cooked product, so it's not necessary to worry about it being on this board. It's not raw meat. I'm going to slice that up. Actually, I want to actually move this over to the container that I brought it out to the bench with, to the kitchen, so to speak. Rolled down off the thing. Well, I lost one. It escaped. If it was my kitchen floor, I'd just pick it up and eat it, like Julia said to do. But it's not. And I'm not. Let's get this pan rocking. Well, I actually sliced the wrong end of the onion, so we're not going to dice these. What we're going to do with these, this is a red onion. I like the red onion in this dish because of the color. Really no other reason. Beautiful. I'm slicing these like Gordon Ramsay showed on one of his videos. I don't have any of this white in it. I don't have to fart around and try and clean all that out because I'm getting rid of it at the very beginning. The only difference to what he did, what I'm doing, is he cut a flat off the bottom of his pepper so it would sit still. I didn't have any trouble with it just like that. So for what that's worth, trying to play games with me. We're not playing that. All right. Mushrooms. That's the garlic. Okay. That's the garlic. So one way or the other when that hit the ground, but it's in the paper, and I'm not going to worry about it. We're going to eat that. Not quite warm enough. I was checking, I don't know if you can see, but I was checking the skillet for heat. This is kielbasa and rice with garlic and tomatoes, so I want plenty of garlic in this dish. And I want it to be fairly strong. So what we're going to do is take the root off of them. If my hands stop trembling and trying to threaten to cut me. We're going to chop it up. I'm not dicing, mincing, doing anything like that. I just want to make it smaller so that the flavors will come out easier and more with more strength. All right, good enough. What I want to do now, put some oil in the pan. That's what I want. And the kielbasa. And I want to turn that up a bit more. And I'm not seasoning this very much until the end. I might season a little bit when I put the onions in or the mushrooms in, because onions and mushrooms tend to like a little bit of seasoning, in my experience. Anyway, I forgot one more thing. I'll chop that up. I need to chop that up at the end with the tomato anyway, so no biggie. But I want to kind of get the pan fairly hot. It's cooled down a lot since I put the kielbasa in it. I want that to brown really good so that I can continue on with the dish. Turn you over. And one of the biggest things when you eat at a restaurant that's not done at home is people at home don't properly brown their food. And what this does is it pulls out the flavor in your food, because there are sugars, naturally occurring sugars in this sausage, in meat. And you want to brown it real good because that brings out the sweetness in the food. So what I'm going to do, that looks good to me. I'm going to put these over here. Don't want to get too much of that grease out of the pan because I need it. And that's a plastic container. It's hot enough that it might melt it. Alright. We're going to add just a bit more oil if I can find it. And we're going to throw in the onions and the bell peppers. Probably should just throw the onions in first, but it'll be okay. It'll be okay. What I'm going to do is add a touch of salt to that. Not much. And some pepper. A little bit of grease on there, that's alright. I'm going to saute these. And I'm not looking for everything to be done. All I'm looking for is to kind of tenderize it a little bit, get it, you know, started and get the flavors in the pan. I can smell the sausage from that pan. In that pan, I can smell the flavor of that sausage still in that pan. This is a delicious dish. The thing of it is if you've just got a few ingredients, you ought to keep things like rice and noodles and a little bit of chicken stock, but you could use water if you had to. It won't hurt anything. I'm going to use chicken stock on this rice. But, you know, rice is generally cooked with water most of the time, and it would work. I just want the extra flavor that's in this. And now what I'm going to do is toss some mushrooms in. And I want, my instinct is to put a bit more salt in there for the mushrooms, but I'm not going to do it. We're going to do a little bit of black pepper instead, and the mushrooms will suck up oil like a sponge, so I put a little extra in there. I know people are like, oh, you use too much oil. Probably. It's good for you. Olive oil. And this is a blend of olive oil and canola. It's good for you. Yeah. Don't really care. I didn't say I was cooking health food. I'm cooking good food. Didn't say for 1 minute we were doing any kind of health food. Everything I ever had that was healthy for you tasted bad. See how dry the bottom of that pan is? It's those mushrooms. I don't know, can you see that? What I'm going to do now, I am going to use a touch more oil. And I'm going to throw a cup of rice in here. The rice probably should have been cooked with the onions, but doesn't matter. Everything works out in the kitchen. You know, if you put something in the wrong order, don't sweat it. I did this consciously because I didn't want to put the rice in here with the onions and then have it cooking so long that it burned. And so that's why I did what I did. Now I could have cooked all of this. I could have cooked all of this, took it out of here, and browned the rice, and that's ready right there. So what I'm gonna do, I could have done that, but garlic, don't really need it. Didn't really need to do that. This will work just fine. I'm gonna let that get into the dish a bit so that the garlic kind of, for lack of a better word, infuses. And you want to keep this going because you don't want that rice to stick in the bottom of this pan, because once again, the mushroom sucked up even that bit of moisture, that bit of oil that I put in there, the mushroom sucked it up. So this is chicken stock. It's around 2 cups. I'm gonna do that. I got Mr. B buzzing around me again. He visits me every time. He or she, I'm pretty sure that's a he, visits me every time I come out here and dive bombs me and all that jazz. So I'm gonna put my kielbasa back in. I'm gonna add in the rest of the stock, or broth rather. I'm looking for that to come to a bit of a boil. You can see that it's boiling pretty good on this side. Pan is there, that's centered. Okay, now it's coming to a boil. Well, I want to let that come up. What, Blue Jay? I love my birds. What I'm doing is I'm going to back this up, heat up until I see that it has gone to a simmer. All right, that'll be good right there. What we're going to do now is we're going to put a lid on it. Like I said, my lid don't quite fit. We're going to lid it up. Then we're going to wait 20 minutes. All right, we're pretty close to being done, so we want to add the tomato now. Get off of there. Who needs a paring knife? That fat boy. With a tomato, if you have a sharp knife, you don't need serrations, you don't need any of that. You just need a sharp flipping knife. Half the problems in the kitchen when it comes to your vegetables and things of that nature can be solved with a sharp flipping knife. And this channel teaches you how to sharpen your kitchen knives and it's not difficult to learn. you'll see people say, don't do that. It's never hurt my knife. Not one time. Has it ever? Have I ever had a problem doing that? Your mileage may vary and all of that. Okay, let's see what this is doing. I forgot to mention that you need to, I know it's counterintuitive because a lot of times people, oh, never raise the lid on your rice until it's done. This dish you need to check. Every now and then you need to stir it. That needs just a little bit more liquid. So what I'm going to do is add a touch of water. Not because I don't want a whole lot of liquid in the pan after the dish is done, but that's not a problem. I just want to make sure, because the rice is close, but not there yet. And I don't want it to burn on the bottom of the pan, and I want there to be enough moisture in this to cook. But also, right now what I want to do is add tomatoes, because I don't want the tomatoes cooked to death. I just want them, ow. That handle usually does not get hot by design, but it's pretty flippin' warm here. Okay, there we go. It was kind of sticking in the pan because there's not a lot of moisture in it, and that broth is thickened and turned to lovely. So anyway, that's beautiful. Nuts. Right. I think that's done, but I'm gonna add a little bit more water and stir that in and give it about 4 minutes, something like that. What we're going to do now is toss the green pepper in. I'm watching the pigeons and is it a pigeon or a dove if it's wild? Because they're basically the same thing. People, oh, it's a dove. No, it's a pigeon. No, they're the same flipping bird, people. One of them lives in your house and stinks up the place, and one of them gets up in the morning and goes, whoo, whoo, the same flipping bird. Okay? So anyway, we're going to let that set a few minutes, and then we'll be back to show you the dish. All right. I think this dish is done. Let's see. What I'm doing, I'm checking for the doneness of the rice. That's lovely. That's beautiful. We're going to turn this down. Off rather. This does not, let me taste it one more time. Trying to just get the rice and a little bit of the broth. Yeah, it does need a little bit of pepper and a little bit of salt. You notice You notice you don't see me cooking with 5,000 different spices, 4 or 5 different spices, salt and pepper. It's not that I don't cook with them. Every now and then I cook with. I don't cook more with spices, as much with spices as I do with herbs. But all you really need, if your food is good, if the ingredients are good, you can, there's nothing wrong with any of that stuff, but I can tell you that you can get caught up in trying to use a bunch of spices because you think that that's going to make your food stand out. What makes your food stand out is going to be that you cooked it with love and with care and paid attention to proper seasoning with salt and pepper. That's the base of your seasoning. If you don't have that right, it does not matter. Yeah, does not matter what other seasoning you put in there. It doesn't make a dime's worth of difference. The dish is not going to taste good. So, that's lovely. Kielbasa and rice with garlic and tomatoes. Thanks for watching. Bon appetit.